Hi guys, today I want to talk about Turnitin. Yeah, this is one of the very basic software or tools that as a writer you need to have, and I should have done this very early on. I have been sharing some links, private links to some people for using Turnitin, but I haven't uploaded it, and today I want to do that. Okay. But before we go into that, I'd like to take a few seconds to just talk about something, okay? I'm not going to market anything today. So, for a long time, this channel has been a one-man show, okay? I've been doing this all alone, but as you guys will know that the industry is quite larger. There are so many things that you can do online. There are so many things that I'm yet to actually talk about. So many. In fact, I haven't even covered 10% of everything that you need to know regarding online working. Okay. For example, I've only focused on academic writing, but we have other kind of writing. We have article writing, which basically doesn't have to do with students. We also have transcription. We have content creation in other areas that not necessarily depend on academic writing. We also have other things that you can do online. We have things like drop shipping. We have things like running an online store. Basically, we have so many things that you can do online, but I've only focused on academic writing, and that is because I'm not conversant with all those other areas, and I really like to bring other people on board to talk about some of those areas, to talk about transcription, to talk about article writing, where do you start, even including tutorials about those areas. We have a lot that we haven't covered yet on the channel, and I want to make this channel about all of those jobs that we can do online, that we can do sitting in our homes from the comfort of our living rooms. Okay. Again, even regarding academic writing, I'm yet to really explore all the writing websites. The only video that I did was on Studypool. That is because that is the website that I've been using for some time, and I felt confident to share about it. But we have so many other websites that I'm yet to explore, and I want to do that. And to do that, I need to bring other people on board so that we can do this together. We also need to talk about buying, selling accounts. We have so many things you can do online in terms of academic writing as well, like selling Grammarly logins if that is allowed, or share hiring or renting your Turnitin. Okay, so there are so many things that I need to bring on board, but I can't do it on my own. Okay, because some of these things involve reaching out to people and sometimes even incentivizing them so that they feel motivated to come on the show and share what they have to share regarding what they do. And I'm particularly interested in talking about things like article writing. Okay, it's a very good area that to focus on, especially when it comes to ethics, because I think academic writing is a little bit unethical in some cases. In fact, in most cases, it's unethical. But article writing, you deal with corporates, and I think if we have enough people to tell us about it, it is something that you can actually venture on. And the good thing is that article writing is not seasonal. From my understanding, it is not seasonal as academic writing. So we can actually learn about all those things by bringing in people. So that's why I'm going to share my till, okay, the channel's till number, M-Pesa till. So if you feel like you want to support so that we have all of these things here, we will appreciate, and I'll invest everything back onto the channel. We'll start seeing me talking about new stuff, bringing in new people so that we can explore all the areas, so that we have a one-stop channel for all information about writing, about online businesses, okay? Online ventures. We have so many things that you can do online, and I want to explore that, especially now that the economy is doing the way it's doing. I think it's time that we also explore these online platforms, these online channels, so that we can expand our sources of income beyond the physical things that we know. And online is actually better because you can do it from wherever you are. You don't have to be in Nairobi, you don't have to be in an urban area. As long as you have an internet connection and electricity, you're good to go. So I'm gonna leave the till in the description box. So if you feel like you want to support, send in your 10 shillings, your 20 bob. It will go a long way in improving the channel and allowing me to bring on more people, because as you shall know that we might have to do it in a public space. We can't record in my house, and so some of those spaces you have to actually pay, or you have to buy something in those areas for you to shoot. And again, if you have any information, if you feel like you are so confident about sharing things to do with article writing, things to do with transcription, things to do with things like drop shipping, if you have information about online stores, please reach out. Also leave my email in the description box. You can reach out. We can have an agreement on how we can share that. We can even do an online we can shoot online recording, okay, if we don't have to meet, so that we just have a lot of content going on. People will benefit, and eventually you can even go back and pick something from somebody else that they have posted on the channel and can help you. So let us just go straight into today's topic. Yeah, so to use Turnitin, the first thing is to log in. So I have an account with Turnitin, but let me just mention that unfortunately Turnitin does not sell their products to individuals. Okay, that's my understanding. They only sell to institutions. So I think if a school has purchased the Turnitin, now it gives lecturers, I believe, and then lecturers can now activate for each individual student. Okay, so I think that is how it works. I'm not very sure. I've never really cared to know how it works, but I think my understanding is that it's not like Grammarly that you can just buy as an individual. So this one, they only have packages for institutions. Okay, so for you to get these logins, you have to get it through an institution. Maybe register a course in some school, and then from there, you will the administrator of that school who runs that Turnitin that the school has purchased will activate a profile for you so that you can use it. So here I've already had I've purchased mine from an institution, okay, from a school, and then I'm just gonna log in, okay. So obviously you will have an email address, okay, and a password, so just log in, okay. So once you log in, this is the first page that you see. So here you can see the school, okay. This is the school that I've registered. Then of course the class is a cons, yeah, or topology. So sometimes you can even get a student with so many classes, okay. So this is just one class that I am in, but sometimes you can find that we have more than one class here. It doesn't matter, okay. Just check the status of the class and select any class that is active. So you can see this one is active, okay. So once you have selected the class, that you've identified the class that is active, you can just click on it. So in this case, I'm gonna click on the class name, and then it will launch this page. So here again, you can see within this class we have several portals, if I can call them, okay. So you just pick any from there that you feel like you want to use. So in this case, we have more actions. That's where I want you to click. I'm gonna click more actions, and then you click submit. If you've already submitted a paper and you just want to see, you can just click view. It will take you straight away to the submission page, okay, where you can see the papers that you've already submitted, okay. And then now from here, but in this case, we want to upload from the scratch. So click more actions and then click submit. Okay, so here this is a submission page. So first name, you can write anything. I personally like writing name, but you can basically write anything you want. Just write name. And then the submission title usually is assignments title if you want, but you can just type in anything, okay, anything that you remember. So let's just call it sample. And then from here, this is where you're gonna select the file from your machine to upload. So, but before we go into this, I just want to mention a little, say something about this button here. This is very, very important. It is saying the file you're submitting will not be added to any repository. This is very, very important. I know some of us we usually just borrow each other Turnitins, and then you just use it without checking this. So if this is this warning is here, it actually means that the file you are uploading will not be added to any Turnitin repository, which means it will not be plagiarized. Okay, if this is not here, it means that that file will be added to a repository. Okay, which means now you're basically plagiarizing the work. I know some people use that option when maybe you've done something for a client who doesn't want to pay, just come here and plagiarize the entire thing. So it's very crucial that before you even decide to use this account, you ensure that this warning is here. Okay, just reminding you that the file you are going to submit will not be added, okay, to any repository. Remember, Turnitin, it works by comparing the file you upload against its database. Okay, so it has a database. So every time you submit an assignment, the Turnitin will record it within its database. So the next time somebody else submits an assignment that looks similar to what you have uploaded, to what you've already submitted through Turnitin, it will actually indicate the plagiarism now. So it scans its own database, okay, and also scans the internet sources, okay. All the files are available publicly on the internet, like websites and blogs, but it also scans its own database. And the reason why most people prefer Turnitin is because it has the largest student database. So for those who are doing academic writing, those who are submitting papers in school, Turnitin is the best because it has the largest student database. So it's so easy for it to scan papers across the database that it already has. Okay, this is very different as opposed to other software that do not have a large database. Remember, if an assignment is submitted by two students, student A and student B, and they did not use Turnitin, they just send the assignment to the lecturer privately without uploading to Turnitin. If you check the assignments on Turnitin, Turnitin will not recognize that plagiarism because those documents are not available in its database, and they're also not available on the internet. They were just submitted privately via the email. So the lecturer is the only one who can tell if they are plagiarized, they are copied from each other or not. But if you submit via Turnitin, the next time you submit, it will now compare what it already has with the new file that you're uploading. Enough said, let us continue. So from here, once you've indicated the first name, the second name, the last name rather, and then the submission title, you're just gonna choose the file. So basically go and choose the file from where you have saved it. Yeah. So let me just see if I have something that I can use. So let me just pick on this. Okay, so I think it's gonna download because it was saved up on my my Google Drive. Anyway, so here we are. So I've already uploaded, so you can clear if you feel like you've picked the wrong file. But if you want to proceed, just click upload, and then it will take a few seconds to upload. And then you can now confirm. Okay, it will tell you that the title, the document you are submitting is name, submission title is sample, class title is assignment title rather is icons, okay, file name and everything. Just confirm, and then you can now proceed to the assignment inbox, okay, where you can now see the file. So I think somebody else is also using this account, that's why you can see there's some file here, but the file that you want to check plagiarism currently is this one, okay. So that's why it's very important that whenever you're submitting, you write a title that you'll remember and something unique, so that if you are sharing that that account, you don't get confused. So here you can see the similarity for this one. You can see it's already computed, it's 0%. So basically it means that this person has not copied anything from the internet or from other student papers, okay. But for our file, it is not yet ready. So what you do, you can just keep refreshing the page, okay. So just refresh the page, and then it will now do its work. So after refreshing, I see that it has computed. It's saying my plagiarism is 1%. So 1% is usually not so high, okay. In many schools, we'll accept up to 20%. But if you are working through a website, those websites will have their own maximum, okay. For example, Study Pool, they don't accept anything above 14%, okay. But again, if you're helping a student and the student asks you that they don't need any plagiarism, then of course that now overrides the rules set by the website. So you have to go with the student's terms, right? Yes. So here we have 1%. So obviously you can see the color will obviously change. So when it's too high, this bar will change color, I think from orange to red. Red is the highest. So I think green is within acceptable limits. But anyway, if you want to see which parts are plagiarized, you just click on that bar. So I'm going to click on this bar, and then it will just open up the file. Okay. And from there, I can now see the report. Okay, I can see my file, the file that I have submitted. Okay, but the best way, depending on the browser you're using, okay, is to download it. But anyway, let me see. So you can see it is showing that this red area is plagiarized. Okay, so as opposed to Grammarly, which allows you to make the changes right there and then, Turnitin, you have now to open the original file in Word and go to this area where it's highlighted and change. After you change, if, for example, it was like 20% plagiarized, so there are more parts that were highlighted, okay, you might need to actually resubmit the paper once more to just confirm that the problem is no longer there, the plagiarism is no longer there. But let's say it was just this one word and then you change it. It doesn't make sense to recheck, but it doesn't hurt to also recheck just to make sure that the synonym that you've inserted is not equally plagiarized. So you can download this report to send it along with the answer. For those who are helping students, sometimes it's good that you also send them with this report, or you keep it in your file. So in case there's a dispute in future, you can always show them that by the time you submitted the assignment, it was not plagiarized. Okay. Some student might take the assignment, submit it, okay, because once submitted, now it will be plagiarized. Submit it and then claim it was plagiarized. And there's no way you can prove that, because at that point, if you go and check on Turnitin, it will tell you it's 100% plagiarized because the student has already submitted. So sometimes it's just good to have this, okay, in your PC, okay, so that in case there's a dispute, you can always use this to show that, you know what, by the time I was submitting this assignment to you, okay, it was not plagiarized. So if there were many other places that you are plagiarized, it will use different colors for every different document that is similar to what you have here. So for example, if it had like blue colors, blue highlighting, text in highlighted in blue, it will mean all the blue files, all the blue text were copied from document 1, and then the red highlighting were copied from document 2. So I've had cases where people think that only the red highlighting are the plagiarized parts. No, any highlighting in the document is plagiarized. So you need to address all the areas that are highlighted with whichever color. So if you want to download this, again, just click on the download button, okay? And then you can download. But this button sometimes it may be hidden depending on the browser you are using. So sometimes it may be hidden under the settings icon, okay? So in my case, it's not hidden. I can just click OK, download, and then you need to download the current view. Do not download the digital receipt or the originally submitted file. Always download the current view if you want to, send it to your student or your employer. Okay, so download the current view, then it will tell you preparing download. Then you can find it in our downloads folder. Okay, so if you are sharing this account, it is always good that once you finish with the checking, you delete the file from the system. Okay, you delete the file. It's always good that you remove it from inbox. Okay. Then you can now go to your downloads folder like I'm doing, and then you find the file. Okay, it's usually in a PDF form. You can now find the file, okay, that you can send now. Now it will tell you this is the document, okay. Below here it will tell you the 1% was submitted to cosehero.com. So basically it shows that there's a document on cosehero.com that has this same structure. Okay, has this same structure, So if you want to change that, you can always change that. Okay, so it's always good that you have zero plagiarism. Okay, it's always good that you have zero, because it just shows that there's nothing copied from the internet, right, or from any other source, from student sources or anything. So Turnitin understands that references are references. So obviously it won't mess with the references because the references are copied from the internet. Okay, so it understands. But there are other settings that you can do. If you don't want it to include the references, you can always ask it, please, when you're doing this, do not exclude the references. So you can always go to settings. Okay, you can always go to settings. Okay, and then from here you can always ask it to exclude what you want it to exclude. Okay, you can always tell it, you know what, I want you to exclude this and this and this. So you can always tell it, you know what, if there are direct quotes included in the paper, you can ask it to exclude them as well. If you wanted to exclude bibliography, you can tell it to exclude it, and all this. So all these settings. So for instance, you might be given an assignment where they want you to have direct quotes from a particular book. So usually the lecturer will tell the software to exclude the quotes, because if you include the quotes, they'll all be plagiarized. Okay, so you'll instruct the software, you know what, exclude all quotes. But of course now you know quotes have to be in quotation marks so that it understands that these are quotes. Okay, so again, you can exclude bibliography. In this case, it's always by default. It's always good to exclude the bibliography because we don't need we can't change that. We can't actually change the bibliography. We can't change article titles and authors' names just to avoid plagiarism. Okay, so you can even input the percentage of of all these that you want to exclude. Yeah, so we can do all those settings here, but in most cases you don't have to go to these filters and settings. Okay, yeah, so I think that is all. Yeah, if you have any questions regarding Turnitin, how to use it, where to get the logins, you can always reach out via my email address, which I'll leave in the description box. So, till next time, stay safe.